What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Horseshoe Acres Vineyard. We are over here at the farm today. We are going to do some prep today. We do not have the post pounder, so we're going to do a bunch of prep. We have all the posts here and we're going to get them measured out. We're going to mark some depth, like a depth gauge on each post, so when we go to install them, we can see exactly how far to drive them into the ground. A lot of people have been asking me for an update on everything, and it has been a while since I made another video. But basically, we got some rain. It was too wet to put in the post. Then after the rain, everything grew up. I had to do some bush hogging and some cutting out here in the vineyard field yesterday and the day before, and I've kind of just taken the time while the ground dries up a little bit to do some ditch bank clearing, stuff like that, just grass cutting, stuff like that, just to kind of keep caught up on everything. Once it rains, the weeds and grass in this field have grown. It's grown. It was like, I want to say like 6 to 10 inches, hit or miss, in a bunch of spots. I did some on the lawnmower and actually put out the tractor and bush hogged a good little bit of it also. But appreciate y'all watching, and today we are going to mark all of our posts, and hopefully we will get the post pounder tomorrow or the day after and get these suckers in the ground. All right, guys, so it is a beautiful, about 100-degree at least weather day with super humidity here in southeast North Carolina. Pretty much how it's been all summer. I saw a thing online the other day, and it said parts of North Carolina were gonna have conditions similar to the Amazon, like with the heat and the humidity. And I believe it. It's been a hot summer, and but that's all right. We've just been trying to stay as cool as we can and hydrate. So let's get started on the post. So I got all the posts unloaded here. They're still in the 3 piles. How I unloaded them out of the trailer originally. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna lay them all out flat on the ground. I'm probably gonna have to set down the camera. I don't know if I'll be able to do a lot of it, but I'm gonna try my best to just roll them all out. Get all of them level on one end. That way when I'm measuring them, it won't be as hard. But I will put down my camera and get all these posts laid down, and then I will come back for the next part. All right, guys, so we have all the posts laid out. So we got all of them laid out pretty much side by side. That way when we mark them, it's gonna be a whole lot easier to go from end to end. Go ahead and mark them all. Also, some of these bad boys haven't seen the sun in a week or so since I dropped them off in the rain. I'm really not worried about them drying out too much. I mean, because they're gonna go right back in the ground, or at least 3 foot of them. But here's a few of them that are just at the bottom of the pile. So we got all these spaced out, laid out, pretty close to being side by side. And before I show you guys how I'm gonna measure them out and mark them, I'm going to count them. Because this afternoon will give me some time that if we're short on any post, it was kind of difficult when we were loading them at Tractor Supply to get the exact count. A lot of them were in bundles, which are probably right, but some of them I did have to Me and one of the employees did have to load up ourselves. And it's easy, you know, when it's hot and you're just throwing them all in a trailer, it's easy to get lost in your count and stuff. And then some, when you stack them up, they hide behind the others. So today, or right now, we're gonna count them and make a list, see if we're any short. And if we are, we will swing by there this afternoon to grab what we need for tomorrow. Because once the equipment's here for us to pound the post, I want to have everything here and prepped. Sometimes prep work is more important than the work itself. So we're going to take the time to count them out. That way we're not in a bind tomorrow and don't have to stop and go to the store. All right, I'll catch you guys in a few. All right, guys, we have the post painted. So I put a mark or 2 marks on the 3-foot mark. So there's double spots. I tried to get it at a couple different angles. That way when we're putting the post in the ground, it'll kind of be visible. I know the lines don't look straight because the posts aren't straight. I also put a small line on the end of the post. That's because an 8-foot post, when you put a marker at the 3-foot mark, it's kind of hard to tell which end is going into the ground. Your eyes kind of play tricks with you because one end's 5 foot, one end's 3. So I put a small orange mark on the end that we're burying, just so we don't get mixed up. And then you know, put it 5 feet in the ground to the mark. So I just did that so when it gets hot and you get tired, you it'll kind of keep us organized. It's probably not necessary, but I did it because I try to, if I can, try to avoid making simple mistakes the first time, and just do it right the first time. Take a little bit extra time, do it right the first time. So these posts are ready. The paint we used is the marking paint, the Rust-Oleum marking paint. It is water-based. I don't think they're calling for any rain tonight, so those spots should have time to dry in the wood before they should be visible. I know they will eventually wear off, but that paint's pretty good for marking them for a short period of time. So since we have a little bit of extra time, what I will probably do is, I think I'm going to go ahead and start pulling some line between the first 4 corner posts that we put, and I will probably go ahead and start marking off the corner post locations with some marking paint. I went to Lowe's and got a decent amount of it. I figured I'd use it. So I will probably go and start marking that off. That way when we get the post pounder tomorrow, I'll be able to go ahead and get those corner posts in the ground. So I will lay that out and catch you on a second. All right, guys, welcome back. We are back over here at the farm, and we just went and picked up our post pounder. So we got this bad boy, and we are hoping to start getting some post in. We're gonna start with the end post. We'll get the end post in and get them angled and get it going. It's gonna take us a while, the first couple posts, to kind of get used to the machinery, to figure out exactly how to work it properly. So I might not record those first few, but I'll try to get a few a few snippets of everything as we go. So, all right, appreciate it. All right, guys, so it's been severely dry out here the last entire summer. I mean, we're in an extreme drought. I think we even surpassed the extreme drought markings, but I believe I'm gonna have to pull the pounder with my truck or a tractor. I was gonna try to pull it on my side-by-side, but due to all the weight, especially once we load up a bunch of the posts, I don't think the side-by-side is gonna be able to handle it. So we're gonna pull the tractor out the barn and then get the loader loaded up on it. All right, guys, so we are pretty much done with day one. We have put in our post. We got our end post running all the way down. We got 20 posts on this end. We got 20 posts on this end. I'll show you this end. This end's a little bit better. So the rig that we're using, the post pounder, it's an incredible machine, but it takes a little while to get used to, and angled posts are tricky. It took us first like 6 or 7 posts, and I was just the postman, so I was just picking them up and putting them down. So I had some help, but the it takes a while with the hydraulics to figure out all the levers and stuff. It's see right here, the ideal ID 210. You put your post on there, carry them to your spot, and then set them, mark them, and then let the hydraulics do the work. It's got a gas motor, so it doesn't use the tractor's hydraulics, which is pretty neat. But it is tough to get the right angle. So the posts they're a little off. We're going to take the front bucket and probably adjust them. You can see some of them are off. They're not at the perfect angle, which there really was no perfect angle. We didn't you know, measure a set angle. We just knew we wanted them angled. I know a lot of places do the angled post, but I mean, you could just as easily just pound them straight in the ground, which will be way easier, and then put some type of anchor. It really depends how long your rows are going to be. Depends. The longer the rows, you know, the more tensions that's going to be on that wire, so the end post will hold a lot of the tension. So by angling the post back, it helps alleviate when the tension pulls in. If you put the post perpendicular, you know, and put too much tension, then they'll kind of sag in. So with the post pounder, these 8-foot posts are 3 foot in the ground. I mean, and they are rock solid. I mean, they're in there good. So I wanted to give y'all the good, bad, and the ugly. And today was the ugly. So once I'm gonna start marking out the spots now. I marked all these spots out with a pull ruler, I guess it's called, line ruler. I have one that's like 300 feet. I got it off Amazon, and I put a screw in the side of one post, ran it down. I don't know if I'm going to use that or not. I do also have a roller one that rolls and measures. So we'll see if that makes it quicker, because I only had to mark 36 spots. Now I got to mark 140 spots this afternoon, so we can get started tomorrow on putting the other post. I think the smaller post will be way easier, especially because they're going straight down in the ground, and the rain we got a couple days ago has kind of softened the dirt a little bit on the top, top couple inches. So it should be a cakewalk, but it's just a lot more prep work. So I'm about to start doing that to get all the spots marked out. I did pull a landscaping line. Pulled a landscaping line before, right beside. I did the measuring tape to try to see if I can get it. So I pulled the measuring line, or the landscape string here, to mark off as straight. I don't even know if you can see it. To mark off as straight as can be. So we will get all these lines measured out, get the spots marked, and then get everything prepped, and we will be set for tomorrow. I will try to get some video of us actually pounding the post, but my helpers wouldn't allow me to pick up the camera. They're like, hey, if we're helping you pick up a post and get it ready. So I had the help. I had to work, but I'll try to tomorrow. We're gonna try to get them all in the ground tomorrow, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of prep right now to get all the spots marked off, and we'll see how it goes. It's a good amount of post. For some reason, I guess it's maybe the heat. Unloading them wasn't that bad, but then I loaded them back in to that I think 20 at a time. We did one in row all the way down, then the other in row all the way down, and as the day went on, the hotter it got, the heavier the post got, and it seems like they were getting larger and larger. And so hopefully tomorrow these posts will be a cakewalk. Maybe if we start early enough in the morning, it'll be a little bit cooler instead of in the afternoon. But I had to go a couple towns over, like 35-40 minute drive to pick up the post pounder. So I'm hoping to get as many in the ground as we can tomorrow. I'm going out of town Thursday to Tifton, Georgia. I believe it's Tifton, Georgia. The University of Georgia Tifton campus. And I believe that is, I don't know if it's their agricultural campus or what, but we're going to tour the University of Georgia's Vineyard. I think they do a lot of breeding and different studies to try to pull out, mix some of the larger size grapes with the more disease resistance, and there's a lot more science to it that they do there. I actually saw on YouTube, there's a couple other guys on YouTube that I saw some videos, and they mentioned going. So I got online, and I've already pretty much got the varieties of grapes picked out that we're growing, all the different varieties, but I have not tasted them. So hopefully on that tour we'll get a chance to taste each variety and kind of get to see it a little more in person before we order them and get them in the ground. So, but we'll get there.